Good morning, guys. My morning video. So I think we're in a mean reversion period. We saw last week extreme moves in some of the equities out there, 20-year extremes on some of these equities. I think this week here we got China and I think Indonesia both closed for a week-long holiday, and we have even less participants in the global markets. So it made a lot of sense that traders wanted to get positioned ahead of that holiday, that extended holiday in our portfolios, So now that we're in the midst of it, things seem to be settling down a little bit. So we'll see what happens going forward here. I'm keeping an eye on the dollar. I think it's mean reverting lower, so we'll see if it continues or not. Before the week's out here, I have a trend line right here. I would not be surprised to see us down here at the 109.70 area. So we'll just keep an eye on that. I think this is mean reverting to the downside for the short term time frame here. That's one of the trades that I'm looking at. In that, because of that, then we also have like crude oil. We have a meeting out of OPEC tomorrow. Crude oil is coming off what seems to be an extreme low here. So what I look at here for extreme low scenario, you see how we had a trend line right here. We have a double consolidation area. We looked below, okay, and we did not put a double bottom down here. So that suggests to me that we might have a significant low here in the crude oil in the near term. So keep an eye on that. We do have that coming out here. I think it's wanting to migrate itself back up into the low 90s. Okay, so you're on crude oil, and if the dollar does come in like I suspect it's going to, that is something that I'd be keeping a close eye on there. So GC gold. Gold seems to be mean reverting to the upside here. So I like that also with the weaker dollar trade on that one as well. Silver, rocket ship this morning on silver. It was setting up yesterday, huge volume of silver yesterday morning. It just didn't have the staying power yesterday with everything else going on. But now today it's finally getting a nice little lift here on the daily though. Look on the daily. See, it has been sold off pretty good, pretty heavy here. Um, it looks to me, in my opinion, what's going on with silver and gold, we got some inverted head and shoulders scenarios going on here on a longer time frame. So I do think you're probably going to be seeing some breakouts in some of these going into next year. So be aware of that. Some other things I got going on here, your ZNs or ZBs, ZNs. I think this is a uh, accumulation zone. So be aware of this possible accumulation zone happening here for the ZNs. So because you have this cluster going on here, so just keep an eye on that. You can put a little box on here. Um, color code it however you want to color code it. And this could be an accumulation, short-term accumulation zone. Right here is your 113.25. Yeah, we're right at right there. That was your breakdown point. So we're right at that. Activate. Now bring that down a little bit here. So basically, right here, we're right into really critical resistance on our ZNs here for a breakdown in yields, potential breakdown in yields. But this really does, look like, keep a really close eye on that going forward here. This might be a buy zone uh, for our bond markets. So be aware of that. This could be an accumulation zone, uh, because so bottom line is you're not going to get any type of legs to it until we get up here above the 114.25 area, which I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I definitely would want to keep this on watch. We do have a Fed pivot theory going on here in the markets, and that's also helping support the markets. So keep that in mind going forward here. I don't think I have ZBs drawn out the same way here. No, I know I don't. Definitely keep this one on watch too. The ZBs, that's your 30-year. But I do think we're probably into a period of lower yields for the better part of this week. So be aware of that as well. Okay, that theme, reversion back to the mean. And with all that going on here, I want to VX futures. So what I got going on here on our VX futures, go back to the 2-hour here. So what I am potentially seeing here is a breakdown today in VX futures. So let's really keep an eye on this. If we start taking these lows out here, I have a target down here at 27 if I'm right. So definitely keep that on watch. It kind of looks to me like we're confirming a rejection. In my opinion, we broke the trend line, we broke the fib arc. Everything about this looks like we are confirming a rejection of these highs, suggesting we're going to have a trending day to the upside today, so here on the broader markets. So I had posted last night, I thought this purple line here was going to be major resistance today, and that was going to be rejected for a hard cash session test down here of support. We did this in the Sunday evening session, but we didn't actually do a cash session test down here. I thought the markets would really not get significant legs unless you came into major support like we did and did it in a cash session. So that was a theory that I was floating last night. So far today, it doesn't seem to be proven out that way. So, so I'm just keeping a really close eye on this. Let's see, it's not editing for me. There we go. So basically, that might be a buy zone down here if we were to come back down to that. So basically, my bottom line is we already seem to be breaking above this trend line, which I had drawn. That suggests that might be new support for today's session for a launching pad. Our next major resistance would be 37 area, 3760, 3780 area. Those are our two next major resistance areas, in my opinion. And then if you do your measured moves, that suggests that we could actually potentially have a run all the way up to the 3823 area using our fibs. So keep that in the back of your mind as well. So this area has acted as support for 3 weeks now, as a very, very significant resistance area for 3 weeks. But what I see going on in the VIX suggests we might be breaking out of that today. So if you're long, stay long. Manage your stops. Personally, unless we get a breakdown, like I said, we had to break back below this trend line here. Below the 27 or 37.29 area. So basically, we have to get back below the 37.29 area before I'd be comfortable to start, looking to the short side, in my opinion. So be aware of that. Okay. Thanks a lot for listening. This is my morning brief for Tuesday, the October 4th. Please like my video and leave comments below. Appreciate it.